I just graduated from university today. Welcome back to my channel. It's Yomi. My name is Yomi, and I make college, art, and travel related videos. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I graduated from university today. So I've been making videos for the past 5 years about my college journey. I'm in the dual degree program at Brown University in Rhode Island School of Design. And today I graduated from university. It is now like around 11 p.m. and I graduated from university, and I also published a book today. It just came out today. It was released like an hour ago. On the same day as my graduation from Brown University, which has inspired my journey so much. I'm so thankful, so grateful. It rained all day during my graduation, and I was outside for like 6 hours in the rain. So I'm so tired. I'm coughing. But I'm just so happy that I graduated. The interesting thing about the Brown graduation is once you walk through the gates, you walk through and you see all the alumni who have graduated before you, who came for the reunion. So we saw people who were there for their 75th college reunion, or it was the 70th college reunion, 65th, 50th, 49th, 30th, 1 year college reunion. And it's just so sentimental because I came in with the class of 2025, but since my program is 5 years, I graduated in 2026. So I saw all of the friends that I came in with in orientation week freshman year who graduated last year, who I haven't seen in a year. I saw them all. I saw them because they were here for the reunion, and it was just so beautiful. I saw what my future could be like, all of these alums, and they're here for us. They're in this wonderful network with us, and it just feels so surreal and special because I feel like most universities don't do that. And then I had my anthropology graduation, and they gave me a gift. I haven't opened the gift yet. And then my family got some gifts for me, and I just feel so special, so elated. I feel so grateful. And my family threw a graduation party for me, and it's the first time I've had a party for myself since I was in kindergarten, since I was 5 years old, and I'm 23 now, so it's crazy. I graduated from university, and like, what next? I'm still living in the dorm. Usually, graduating seniors have to be out. I think it's either the day of graduation or the day after graduation. I think it's the morning after graduation. You have to be out, moved out of your dorm. But since I'm a dual degree student and I go to 2 universities, I have graduation from RISD next week, or this week, this Saturday. So like in 6 days, I have graduation for RISD. So my housing is extended until then. So by, I think, maybe Sunday morning, I have to be out of my dorm. So I have a little time to debrief and reminisce on the moments at Brown. And then once I feel like, oh wow, I graduated, I'm okay now. Then I have another graduation. Then I have a graduation for RISD, and I have to go through the emotions again, and have a fancy graduation dinner again, and go through the motions and maybe presents. I don't know, because different people are going to that graduation, different family members. But here's my brown tie representing my time at Brown University in the brown bear. I mean, it's not a brown tie, but it has bears on it, so I bought it. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so grateful for these 5 years here. I've met so many amazing people. I've experienced so much. I've traveled the world. I've had so many on-campus jobs. I've enjoyed the cafeteria and the dining. I've met people from all around the world. I've explored parts of myself that I didn't even know existed, and I've deleted parts of myself that I thought were a part of me that really shouldn't be a part of me or aren't a part of me anymore. I've made friends. I've got rid of friends. I've grown as a person. I've changed as a person. And I'm a full-fledged adult. I've been a full-fledged adult since I was 18, but it's real now. Like, I'm on my own. I mean, I'll have a community of alum supporting me and friends and family, but, I'm a grown man doing grown man stuff. And I've been doing that in the summers, but it's real now. It's real. Like, because in the summers when I'm traveling, like, I travel for 3 months and then I go back to my safety net of Brown University. But now it's like, I don't just go back to the safety net of college. I'm just on my own now. So I'm a grown man. I'm like the people from the show Friends or in Living Color. I'm an old adult now. I'm an uncle. I'm everything like that. I'm old. But it feels good. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so proud, and I'm so grateful that I made it, because I could have not made it to graduation day. And God has been so gracious to me and my family. I wouldn't be here if they didn't raise me the way they did. I wouldn't be here if my parents didn't go to college, if my grandparents didn't go to college, if my I just they've inspired my journey. And to all the authors out there who've inspired my work, to all the artists out there who've inspired my art, to the singers out there and the mariachis who sing, who have inspired me to work on my singing craft, to become a better singer, and to realize that maybe I can sing. I joined mariachi my sophomore year of college. I gained another cool job my sophomore year of college, which I'll talk about in like a week's time. I'll release the interesting job that I've been talking about for the past few years that I've never really said what the job was because it was very covert, but I'll be releasing that information in a week, what my job was. And I've done so much here. I worked for athletics at Brown, where I did statistics and for sports, and I did sports announcing, and I announced at rugby games and volleyball games, and I did things that I thought I would never do. I went to college parties, even though I don't party, and I met friends that I thought I would never be friends with. Like, you're so different than me. You're a different religion than me. You're from a culture that I may have never even heard of, and we're so close now. And I think that's so beautiful that Brown University really brings people together that normally wouldn't be together in the same space. And it's such a community. Like, I remember my friend, I posted on my story that I had a 19-hour layover in the San Francisco airport. He replied to my story, I'm also in the San Francisco airport. I have a layover. Let me come to your terminal. And we hung out for like an hour and talked. That same friend, I was in Puerto Rico for spring break. I see him on the street. Yo, what's up, bro? And we take a photo. So it's like Brown is a community like that. Like, I was walking in Los Angeles once. I had a 9-hour layover, and I see this guy say, you go to Brown? He says, I do. And I say, I've seen you before. I go to Brown too. And now whenever we see each other on campus, we say hi to each other. So it's like Brown has that community. I was in New York in Westchester County, which is like upstate New York. It's like not completely in New York City, but it's like maybe a 20-minute drive away from New York City, 20-minute drive away from the Bronx. A girl comes up to me and she says, you go to Brown? And I say, wait, I've seen you before. You go to Brown? She introduced me to her mom, and we chatted, and Brown just has that community. Like, you run into people in places, you're like, we went to school together, and it's so chill. It's not awkward, and I love that. I love that. Just seeing all the graduates. I took so many photos with people today. This wasn't like high school graduation. Like, high school graduation was sentimental because these people really were my foundation. Because some of these people I went to school with since I was 5 years old. And I thought, oh, I'm never going to see these people again, which a lot of people from high school I actually haven't seen since 5 years since graduating, since I've been mainly here in Rhode Island going to university, and since I've been traveling around the world. But sometimes I go home and I'm in a store and I see people. And I know that even if I return 20 years later, I'm still going to see people because it's my hometown and this is the town that they're from, and some of the people are never going to leave there. So there's still that safety net of people will always be there. But when it comes to Brown, like, when you leave university, you will never be in the same space as these people again. Like, some of these people will come back for the reunions and you'll see like 20 or 30 of them, 100 of them, but you'll never see these hundreds and hundreds of people that you were used to seeing every day for 4 years of your life. These thousands of people, actually, because there's 8,000 students at Brown University, like 8,000 undergrads. Isn't that crazy? I'm never going to see a lot of these people ever again in my life. And you take it for granted. Like, you really do take it for granted. And I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity to get in here from my college acceptance video to being here and discovering my style and being able to travel and do research, something that I never really thought about before. It's amazing. Like, I learned how to be a better writer. I learned how to write better academic papers. I learned how to accept defeat and to stay strong. And I learned that there are so many people out there who are smarter than me, more athletic than me, better singers than me, more musically inclined than I am, who are better than me at many things. And that's okay. And that just can push me to be better. And with that, Brown Ever True, I'm happy to be part of Brown. And I'm happy to show you my graduation cap that is representative of Le Petit Prince, the Little Prince, and it has words on it that says, all grown-ups were once children, but few of them remember it. It's a quote from Le Petit Prince. This was colored. This was a dark gray, which I didn't like the dark gray, so I'm glad that it washed out. And he was colored in green and like the regular Le Petit Prince color. But due to the rain, and I did it with water-based markers, it all washed away. Because it rained all day. But all the cowrie shells stayed on, glued on strong. But this is my graduation cap. I will keep this with me. And I will remember this moment for the rest of my life when I graduated from Brown University, the Ivy League school, that I didn't know that I needed. Because when I came to college, you know what I said? Well, when I was applying, I said, I just want to go to a small Christian school. like maybe 300 people, 400 people. I don't need anything more than that, which there's nothing wrong with small Christian schools, but that wasn't what I needed. What I needed was this. I needed to be here in this very moment. I needed to be challenged. I needed to be in a room where everyone was smarter than me, where everyone was harder working than me, in order for me to be pushed to the level that I needed to be at. I'm forever grateful. Thank you to Brown. Thank you to the donors who enabled me to be able to go to a university like this, because I would not be able to go to college if my scholarship weren't completely funded as a low-income student. And I don't talk about the fact that I'm low-income very often, but I really wouldn't be able to graduate. I wouldn't be able to go to college if it weren't paid for, and I've had all my books covered. I've had everything covered, and I'm forever, forever grateful for everyone who's provided for me at this university. The financial advisors, my academic advisors, my major advisor, concentration advisors, my research advisors, my bosses, the nice bosses, not the mean bosses, but the nice bosses, my coworkers at the library. I just love them all. I love them all. They're so amazing. And Brown Ever True. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following my videos. I don't know if anyone's going to see this, but I'm grateful. I am so grateful. Grateful. Forever. Thank you.